I wanted to go live a little bit early today, 7 o'clock. I'm also cooking up an exclusive for you guys, an exclusive interview with A Mafia, free A Mafia. I'm putting together the full interview for everybody tonight. What's good though? What's popping, everybody? I appreciate you guys tapping in. I just wanted to come on a little bit early and speak to everybody. There's a couple news stories out there right now that I wanted to come on here and speak on. Of course, everybody has heard what's happened to Famous DEX. Hopefully Famous DEX is good. Apparently he was borrowing a $50,000 watch. We'll get into that story today. TMZ has reported it. Also, Montana of 300 made a post on his Instagram that I want to go over today as well, where he was referencing Chief Keef's early relationship with SOULJA Boy. I wanted to talk about that as well today, you guys. You know, just a few things I wanted to get on here and speak on. And then Little REESE actually responded to a fan who had come out and said, yo, the version with you on I Don't Like is so much better than the version that Kanye West eventually went on to put out. You know, Kanye went on to do a couple different features of I Don't Like, one that featured multiple artists. You know, Kanye had like 5, 6 different artists actually on the remix to I Don't Like. I'm not really too sure in particular the deal that Kanye got in place to actually, you know, release I Don't Like. But whatever happened, happened. You know what I mean? Chief Keef was in the position to make a decision about that record. And Kanye West was able to go on and do what he does as an executive. You know what I mean? You can't judge what Kanye does as an executive. Look what he's done with Adidas. He's a billionaire at this point. What up, James Brown? Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I really wanted to get into the Famous DEX story, guys. Famous DEX apparently got stuck up and he lost a $50,000 watch plus a bunch of cash. I mean, he's always going to have a bunch of cash on him, $3,000-$4,000. What up, Samantha? What's poppin', James Brown? I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. I came on for an early episode, actually, because I wanted to talk about some of the things going on in Chicago. It's interesting enough, all the artists that we're actually speaking on tonight, Little REESE, Kanye West, Montana 300, Chief Keef, Famous DEX, these are all major artists from the Chicago area, with the exception of SOULJA Boy. But SOULJA Boy did a lot at the beginning of Chief Keef's career, and we're going to speak on that when I go over the post that Montana of 300 actually posted. So let's get into this joint on TMZ, you guys, as some people tune in here. Famous DEX, I got robbed at gunpoint, $50,000 watch plus cash. So Famous DEX, who actually just got out of rehab, you guys, you know, Rich the Kid, Rich Forever, actually showed him a lot of love when he first got out of rehab. You know what I mean? Because he was in a bad spot. We all saw it online watching him. And it was good to know that he had friends, you know, come to bat for him, friends stick up for him when he needed it the most. You know what I'm saying? Hey, now, what up, Queens Bank? DMV is in the building. Major salute to you. Right now, we're actually going over the Famous DEX article. So Famous DEX claims he was held up at gunpoint, telling cops robbers made off with his expensive timepiece and a fat stack of cash. So law enforcement sources tell TMZ that the rapper told police he met up with a friend Wednesday night in San Fernando Valley and borrowed a $50,000 watch for a video shoot. Dex claims that he was followed after leaving with the watch. So just off the bat, that's sounding a little bit shaky to me. You know what I mean? So you're telling me you went, got the watch, and then you were immediately being followed? Sounds a little bit shifty to me, but I'm not in the position here to question why Famous DEX would need money. Famous DEX has always been a popular artist. He's had hot singles. He's had a hot touring record. You know what I mean? What up, Nostradamus? Appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate you for tapping in. Everybody in the building, let me know what city y'all are from. Let me know what cities are tapping in right now. So let me read this over, you guys. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ the rapper told police he met up with a friend Wednesday night in the San Fernando Valley and borrowed a $50,000 watch for a video shoot. Dex claims he was followed after leaving with the watch. Our sources say Dex told cops when he stopped his car, a few men pulled guns on him. Dex claims that the gunmen took the watch plus thousands of dollars in cash and then took off. So Dex is known, like I was saying earlier, TMZ has it reporting right here. Dex is known to carry a lot of cash. When he ran into the when TMZ ran into him a couple of years ago in Atlanta, he dropped a ton of money on a hotel floor. I actually watched that video earlier when I read the headline. I'm like, let me check this out. You know what I mean? Let me check this out. So TMZ is reporting that we're told no arrests have been made and the police are on the hunt. We've heard about some other artists, producers getting robbed in different cities. You know what I mean? Like New York, one of the cities, for instance. This really sucks what happens to famous Dex here. I hope he doesn't take this too hard on himself. You know, Dex has to take this lightly because he's just caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. But the thing is, he had the right intentions. Dex was on his way to go shoot a music video. You know what I mean? He was just trying to get all of his props and everything that he needed together for it. So, you know, his head was in the right spot. And I commend Dex for that, you guys. Philly is in the building. Major salute to Philly. Capital City, Trenton, New Jersey in the building tonight. France is up in here. King, what up, King? Appreciate you for tapping in. Toronto, and Angel said that he's from Philly as well. 215. You know, I got love for the 215. Philly to me is really the epicenter. You know what I mean? Philly is really the center of the universe when it comes to hip hop for me. Don't get me wrong, man. I love Miami. I love the Miami scene. Love Atlanta. Love California. Love New York. But Philly is it for me, you guys. So another article that I wanted to cover was actually on Montana of 300, you guys. This was actually is not an article, but it's more of a posting from his Instagram page or his Twitter, whatever it was. DJ Academics actually grabbed it up. DJ Academics actually grabbed the post and reposted it. So, you know, once Academics grabs it, the whole world's pretty much seeing it. So this is what Montana of 300 said. He says, if it wasn't for SOULJA Boy, probably none of us Chicago rappers would have been discovered or reached the fame that we did. MFs probably can't accept that, but that's facts. He effed with KEEF, and KEEF lit this bitch on fire, which had all eyes on us, and some was able to hold our own. So that's a pretty, I would have to say, accurate statement from Montana of 300. You know, SOULJA Boy is known to have put on a lot of people. You know, like he had, you know what I mean? He had like people sleeping on his couch. Like we were just talking about Famous Dex. He had sent Famous Dex money at one point to come to California. I think he said that Quavo and you know what I mean, and Cactus Jack, you know what I mean, Travis Scott, you know what I'm saying, Quavo and Travis Scott met at SOULJA Boy's crib. A lot of different people actually met at SOULJA Boy's crib. SOULJA Boy actually flew out. I'm not sure if he flew him out. Maybe Chief Keef flew himself out or whatever. You know what I mean? Maybe Chief Keef flew himself out. But I remember the videos. Chief Keef's like his third or fourth video was actually that car ride song that him and Chief Keef had. You know what I'm saying, guys? SOULJA Boy really did show Chief Keef a lot of love. But another fact is that Montana 300 says that all eyes was on us, and then some were able to hold their own. Some of the artists were able to go on and become bigger stars. Some of the artists actually floundered. Some of the artists died. Some of the artists went to jail. You know what I mean? Another very accurate statement from Montana of 300. You know, Montana of 300 caught a whole lot of flack a few months ago. Maybe we can dip into that a little bit, maybe today. Austin, Texas in the building. Major salute to Austin, Texas, man. I love going out to Austin for the South by Southwest events. Trenton, New Jersey in the building. Major salute. Cali's up in here. SOULJA Boy put Dex on. My man Iceberg is in the building tonight. Major salute to you, Iceberg. Big Zoe, salute. Nick Miller said, salute Mikey T. Been busy lately, tapping back in. Nick Miller, I definitely appreciate you tapping in tonight. I guess we're kind of doing a Chicago episode tonight, being that, you know, a lot of our topics, I mean, Little Reese and Kanye West, you know what I mean? Someone had actually posted on Twitter about Kanye West, and Little Reese actually responded to it. Little Reese has not been soft spoken as of late, you guys. Little Reese has not played around as of late. Little Reese is like, you know what I mean? He sometimes he let his homie handle the talking, but he ain't stopping from writing what he wants to write this day and age. And there was a very popular song, actually the popular song that got Chief Keef on, you guys, and that was called I Don't Like. And apparently Little Reese was cut off some of the versions with Kanye West. So basically, it was Vlad TV that actually had a posting up about this with Little Reese, because Little Reese has been going back and forth with a couple guys, you guys, like 22Gs for one. But let me get into this article on Vlad TV. So Little Reese on Kanye West taking him off I Don't Like. Yeah, F him. Little Reese has been in the news for exchanges he has been having with some various rappers like 22Gs, along with Swag De Niro. I believe Swag De Niro actually challenged him to a fight. I didn't report on that one, but I did jump on the 22Gs and Little Reese story, because 22Gs was just flaming Little Reese. He was like, yo, nothing you say has any merit. He's like, I've already punched the person that you said you wanted to beat up. New Orleans in the building. Major salute to you. Appreciate you for tapping in tonight. Hit that like button. Go ahead and share this video right now if you haven't already. Little Reese has been in the news. This is on Vlad TV, you guys. Little Reese has been in the news for exchanges he has been having with various rappers like 22Gs, along with Swag De Niro. Now, Reese recently responded to a fan's tweet, which called out Kanye West for removing Reese from the remix of Chief Keef's break song, I Don't Like. The fan retweeted Fake Shore Drive's post, noting that 9 years ago, Chief Keef released I Don't Like featuring Little Reese and Young Chop. The fan said the OG is so much better than the Kanye version. F Kanye for taking Little Reese out. Reese responded by saying, yeah, F him, but I still get paid off it, so I'm not mad. Stay tuned for more updates on this whole thing. They've actually got the tweet here that Little Reese said, yeah, F him, but I still get paid off of it. It was actually an original tweet from Fake Shore Drive, where a fan then said that the OG is so much better than the Kanye version. You know, Kanye went on to put out a version of I Don't Like with multiple rappers. Apparently that's the one that Little Reese was cut out of. It's kind of unfortunate, you know what I mean, because that was a pretty important thing for Reese at that point. You know what I mean? Being that they both were breaking through on the record together. Now, guys, I mean, a lot of you probably remember Little Reese was getting a whole lot of opportunities. Little Reese was all over California making his runs. Little Reese went on to have one of his songs remixed by Drake and Rick Ross. So Little Reese was making a lot of noise back then, you guys. The little extra boost, you know, to actually be included on the remix that featured, you know, who was on the remix of I Don't Like, guys. They had Pusha T, they had Jadakiss on there. I don't want to look it up right now, but they had a whole slew of different artists on there. If they would have kept Little Reese, that could have actually, you know, put a little bit extra merit on his name, is all I'm saying. New Orleans in the building. Salute to you, Star Energy. I appreciate you tapping in tonight. Like I was saying earlier, we got a little bit of a Chicago episode going on. My name is Mikey T, the movie star. I've been doing interviews since like 2009. That's when my first interview actually dropped with Freaky Zeke. I've done interviews with multiple artists over the years, though. Really have hit the pinnacle of doing interviews. I've interviewed people like Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, French Montana, you know what I'm saying? Yo Gotti. You know, I've interviewed the who's who of hip hop. Appreciate you for tapping in, Star Energy. Hopefully you come back again. Current interviews, just posted a full interview with Uncasa. Also, I've been posting my interview series with Petey Crack, you know what I mean, from the State Property era. Gilly the Kid as well. Major salute to Gilly the Kid. He came on the channel just a few days ago and showed some love. I appreciate everybody tapping in tonight. You guys can go ahead and like this video, share this video. I was actually just speaking on what Montana of 300 had to say about Soulja Boy and Chief Keef. For everyone just tuning in, let me read it once again. This is what Montana of 300 had to say. He said, if it wasn't for Soulja Boy, probably none of us Chicago rappers would have never been discovered or reached the fame that we did. MFers probably can't accept that, but that's facts. He effed with Keef, and Keef lit this bitch on fire, which had all eyes on some, and some was able to hold our own. Now, speaking of people that were able to hold their own, speaking of people that were able to hold their own, one of those guys was Lil Durk. You know what I mean? Lil Durk is currently one of the biggest artists out. I would say Lil Durk is probably the number. Guys, let me know if I'm wrong, but I would have to say number one, Kanye, number two, Lil Durk in Chicago. I would have to give it to, you know what I mean? Number three, maybe Twista. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Chief Keef, then you got Common. That would probably be the top list of Chicago. Am I wrong? Kanye, Lil Durk, Twista, Common, Chief Keef. Either or. You know what I mean? Common's done a lot for the city as well. Iceberg, do you co-sign that top five from Chicago? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Okay, used to chill with Freaky Ty. That's what's up. Oh, Lupe. Eagle Fly 365 says Dirk is number one in Chicago for me. Okay, shit. Big Sean's from Chicago. It looks like I'm gonna have to put Big Sean in Common's place. I might even put Big Sean over Twista just for me. So it would go Kanye, Lil Durk, Big Sean. If Big One second, guys. Let me add the homie. Let me add the homie Bonds in. See if he's around. Sorry for the dead air, y'all. Hit that like button. Share this video. I know we got a lot of people in here. Yeah, Big Sean's from Detroit. What the hell are you talking about? Sean's from Detroit. Don't be throwing me off like that, you guys. Yeah, they're saying Big Sean's from Detroit. Some people be throwing me off sometimes in the chat, y'all. Big Sean is D-Town. Don't be trying to go against my top five. I just labeled a dope-ass top five from Chicago, and people always be trying to throw me off with shit. I hit the top hot five right there. Kanye, Lil Durk, Twista, Common, Chief Keef. Boom. Top five from Chicago. Mikey T, the movie star's in this bitch. But yeah, no, I would put Lil Durk at this point. I would put Lil Durk over Big Sean, but still, yeah, G Herbo probably 6, 7. You know what I mean? Herbo 6, 7. Not gonna put Herbo over Common. I'm not gonna put Herbo over Twista. I'm definitely not gonna put Herbo over Chief Keef. You know what I mean, guys? I try to keep my list pretty realistic. Try to keep my list pretty realistic. What do you guys think? Oh, Chance. Yeah, Chance. What happened to Chance, though, man? Ever since he did that coloring book shit, I ain't really heard from him. Rest in peace to King Von. Rest in peace to King Von. He was definitely coming for that top spot. King Von would have definitely been number 6, too. He would have been number 6. You know, that's why I was saying G Herbo probably number 7. Chance the Rapper had a really good look, a really good sound. King Louis dope. Yup, King Louis dope. Rest in peace, FBG Duck. You know what I mean? Like I was just saying, some people have been locked up. Like you got Rondo. We no telling what Rondo would have done. The elevation that he would have had as a rapper. Talib Kweli, okay. Sci-Hi the Prince, major salute Sci-Hi the Prince. Sci-Hi lives in ATL. Yeah, where's he from though? Let me look that up real quick. Let me see. Yeah, he was born in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Sci-Hi the Prince was born in Stone Mountain, Georgia. What's up, Bert Castro? Appreciate you for tapping in. Go ahead, hit that like button, share this video. Right now, we're actually talking about Montana of 300's comments, basically saying that if it wasn't for SOULJA Boy, probably none of us Chicago rappers would have never been discovered or reached the fame that we did. MFers probably can't accept that, but that's facts. He effed with KEEF, and KEEF lit this bitch on fire, which had all eyes on us, and some was able to hold us down. You know what I mean? Left out Lupe. Lupe's dope, but I lost interest in Lupe after Kick Push. Like, I really lost interest in Lupe after Kick Push. You know? I lost interest in Lupe over Kick Push. But I do like Lupe more than G Herbo. I will say that much. Bert Castro, why I say what, man? What about Lupe? I really liked Lupe at a point. What was it? The Lasers album? When he was like kick, push, kick, push, kick, push. But I'm not gonna put Lupe over Twista. I'm not gonna put Lupe over Common either. You know what I mean? I'm just not gonna do it. And I'm not gonna put, and I liked Chief Keef to put Lupe over him too much. But yeah, Montana of 300 is really giving SOULJA Boy a lot of credit for popping Chief Keef out. You see, when Chief Keef went to work with SOULJA Boy, that was like a sign back then. It was like a sign to everybody watching that he had blown up, really, that he had made it to another level. You know what I'm saying? That's really, like, at that point, SOULJA Boy still held a little bit of merit to the point where he could make somebody look like they were a star. He even did it Future. He even did it after that. You know what I mean? Like, he even got Go Yayo some fame. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He did some other things when he was asked to do features from other artists. What up, Kappa? Appreciate you for tuning in. No, that's what Montana of 300 said, Bert Castro. Keep your ears peeled, brother. This is a statement that Montana of 300 said on his Instagram page, or it might be his Twitter. Yeah, excuse me. This is from his Twitter, and then Academics grabbed it up. And then SOULJA Boy actually posted it on his story, and it said, if it wasn't for SOULJA Boy, this is what Montana of 300 said, you guys. If it wasn't for SOULJA Boy, probably none of us Chicago rappers would have never been discovered or reach the fame that we did. MFers probably can't accept that, but that's facts. He effed with KEEF, and KEEF lit that bitch on fire, which had all eyes on us, and some of us was able to hold our own. He's given a lot of the respect to Chief Keef, to SOULJA Boy in Chief Keef blowing up. But you know what? It's kind of the artist that Keef was. You know, if SOULJA Boy would have went and grabbed Montana, it wouldn't have been the same effect. It was because of everything that Chief Keef had, and like he had the Interscope deal on the way, and then it was also the fact that Chief Keef could write a song different than a lot of the other rappers. I remember the record to this day that Chief Keef did with SOULJA Boy. Tell me if I'm wrong, you guys. It was the record that goes, "Shorty said she liked the way my car ride. Shorty said she liked the way my car rides. Some shit like that. That was Food and Liquor Part 1 album. You must be talking about Lupe Fiasco. Yeah, no, Lupe, when it comes to the conversation of the top artists from, you know what I mean? When it comes to the conversation of the top artist from Chicago, or when it comes to the conversation of Lupe Fiasco, I always found myself falling back from Lupe when he started to change up his style. If somebody in the chat can sort of explain how Lupe switched his style up. He went from that quick rapper that, you know what I mean? Bert asked, do I think that Chief Keef started drill? Nah, I think it's what was going on in his neighborhood and he just exemplified it. You know what I mean? I think he was the one who stood out from it. Like obviously, like Montana said, after Chief Keef blew through the door, like from features with you know what I mean, from features with SOULJA Boy, from the endorsement of Interscope, after Chief Keef blew through the door, Chicago, all eyes were on Chicago. We saw Little REESE stand up. We saw, and that's why Little REESE is pissed. That's why Little REESE is a little bit pissed. Not pissed. He even says he's not mad. He says Little REESE says he's not mad, but he was left off of the remix that Kanye West put out. Would that have made Little REESE a bigger star? Undoubtedly. Would it have made Little REESE's name register with people, you know what I mean, more? Yes, undoubtedly, being featured on the Kanye West project. But everyone in Chicago had all eyes on them at that point. Montana of 300 is right. Bert says you gotta give props to Waka Flocka. Yo, Boston, I've been doing this shit since Slim Jesus was probably sucking from a bottle, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this shit since Slim Jesus was probably learning to put the ABCs together right. You dig? Yep, it's called Foreign Cars. Yep, in 2013, and Chief Keef was on it, and SOULJA Boy was a feature, and that was and that record right there wasn't featured on Finally Rich. You know what I mean? For some reason, it wasn't featured on Finally Rich. I give Waka and Gucci Mane props for actually endorsing Chief Keef. Waka Flocka endorsed Chief Keef, but also I think they inspired them to rap a little bit as well. You know what I mean? Yep. My man here says he remembers that song as well. Here, let me switch that up real quick. Appreciate everybody for tapping in tonight. You know, it's your boy Mikey T, the movie star. I asked the question. I don't think I got a response yet. What is everybody smoking on? What's everybody smoking on in here? What is everybody smoking on tonight? I'm smoking on well, I was smoking on some lemon meringue. I'm about to roll up a L lemon meringue, and I'm smoking on some wedding cake right now, actually. Last V, what up? Appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate you for tapping in. What did you see? What did you see? My man, Queens is on that Gorilla Glue tonight. Paparazzi Music is smoking Bob Marley's. Oh, that Durban Poison. Durban Poison's cool. I mess with Durban Poison. Big Mike, what up? Yo, it's Mikey T, the movie star, brother. Max 1. Drill, go out to Waka. Yo, nah, Alien. One of the dudes in here was trying to say that I was like Slim Jesus. He was trying to say that I was like Slim Jesus. Are you kidding me right now? I am more consistent than Slim Jesus could have ever hoped to have been in his rap career. Eric Harris says, yo, what up, Mikey? Pass that L. I'm about to have to roll up another one. Yo, Last, you ain't lying. Uncasa's that guy. If anybody wants to support Uncasa right now, Cash App $20 to Cash App XORI Bear, and you can get his new album, Vanilla Sky 3. Anybody that wants to support Uncasa, Cash App XORI Bear, and you can get his album right now. So if anybody in here wants to show Uncasa some love and also get some new music. Tyson Garcia says Mikey T's been doing this for years. Damn right, Tyson. Damn right, Tyson. And I appreciate you acknowledging that fact as well. I really do appreciate you acknowledging that fact as well. That shit's love right there. That 10th planet is fire, and he mixed it with the moon rocks, he said. Green crack, so 2010, bro. Yeah, I haven't smoked green crack in a minute. That shit used to be cool in 2010, though. You're right. Let me see. Sending this to my homie C's, seeing if he wants to tap in. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. We have a couple topics that we've been going over. You know, everyone's talking about famous DEX right now. Everyone is talking about famous DEX. You know, since he went to rehab a few months ago, he had gone to rehab. I think he was only in there for about 30 days. I could be mistaken, but a new report has come out by a bunch of different sites. It's all over the internet right now that he was actually robbed for a $50,000 watch. Double XL has it up as well. Famous Dex claims he was robbed at gunpoint of $50,000 watch and thousands in cash. So Famous Dex was reportedly the victim of a recent robbery where he was held at gunpoint and relieved of valuables and cash. The Chicago rapper reported the robbery to police in San Fernando, California on Wednesday. According to a report from TMZ published on Saturday, Dex told officers he met a friend in San Fernando Valley to borrow a watch for a video shoot. After acquiring the watch, Dex says he was followed. According to the report, Dex claims that multiple men pulled guns on him when he stopped his car and robbed him of the expensive timepiece as well as thousands of dollars in cash. This is crazy, you guys, just to hear, you know what I mean? Because from time to time, since Dex had got out of rehab, I would go check on his Instagram page and make sure he was doing good. You know what I mean? And, you know, at a certain point, I saw that he actually went back to smoking weed, you know, at a certain, and I was like, all right, that's whatever. You know, smoking weed is one thing, as long as he's not going to go back to doing those other type of whatever, if he was doing pills or if he was doing lean, the shit that was really hindering him to be the person that he is. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Stay up, Dex. You got a new path to follow. At this point. You know, it's obvious the people are still receptive to Dex, you know, so he's really got to use his music as what's going to influence his life and his choices, you know. Eric Harris, yeah, Famous Dex got booked. Apparently he went to borrow a $5,000 watch for a video shoot. You know, we hear that talk about all the time. You guys, about rappers wearing things in videos, using cars in videos, girls in videos that they don't really know, wearing chains, or in this case, a watch in a video that they don't really own. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what happened to the day and age of just being yourself? You know what I mean? What happened to what happened to that, the commodity? Is there any commodity in being yourself anymore? You know, like just having to be different. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you really got to try to target that audience? You know what I mean? When you can't really live that type, when you're not living that type of lifestyle anymore, it doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Because a lot of artists become bigger when they base their act on originality. Renting jewelry. Damn, you might be right. You might be right. Borrowed or rented. You know what I mean? He got hit with a bunch of cash, so maybe he tossed this guy a couple hundred. You know what I mean? Maybe he tossed him a couple hundred to actually, you know what I mean, rent out the watch. So yeah, that's a good point right there. Mikey T, the kid you want to be, Hip Hop Weekly deal. They don't know that Mikey T, salute. Yeah, I was working with Hip Hop Weekly for quite some time when they were based in Miami, right after Dave Mays and Benzino had left New York. They restationed up in Miami, and they had a dope last V. It's Mikey T _ the movie star on Instagram. But yeah, they had a dope compound in Miami that I was working at when I was writing a bunch of stories for Hip Hop Weekly, like Little Durk. I did a 3-page article with Little Durk. We did Max B articles. We had anybody, you know what I mean? We had anybody in there. It was really a great time working with Dave and Benzino. Using shit and not returning it. Well, you know, it was an unfortunate situation where they caught him lacking. You know what I mean? They're like, okay, Famous Dex isn't in the position where he can afford bodyguards to be around him at this current point of his life. I mean, obviously, how are you going to have a bodyguard if you've got to go out and get jewelry from a friend as well? So, you know, that just shows you that he really isn't moving the best way right now. And not to say that he should have a situation like this says he should have security, but if you can't afford security, you can't have security. You know what I mean? Like, it's as simple as that. And then also, you know, some of the people around him were probably helping him make all those bad decisions and shit. What's up with Sosa? You know, we were just talking about Montana of 300, basically giving, you know, the credit to SOULJA Boy for helping blow Chief Keef, you know, but also another portion of Chief Keef's blowing up, the credit of Chief Keef blowing up could go to Kanye West for what he did with I Don't Like, you know what I mean? Putting it out to a bigger, you know what I mean? Putting it out on a bigger scale, you know what I mean? Taking the joint, and actually, I believe Kanye put it on one of his own albums as a remix. Well, D Money, that's what they did. That's what they did, D Money. Famous Dex actually went to rehab after like his problem really got out of control, and he's been out for a little bit of time now, trying to get his life back together. And you know, sometimes when you're trying to get your life back together, some things could go wrong. That's why I don't think that Famous Dex should really let this, you know what I mean, hinder him. Pay your friend back for the watch, you know what I mean? You're obviously going to make the money back. You know, as soon as the pandemic is over, he's going to be back to getting mad bread for shows. You know what I mean? Make some singles, pay the homie back, buy him another watch, however you're going to do it. Rosewood said he's been in a downward spiral for the last few years. Yeah, it's crazy to see the predicament that Famous Dex has gotten himself into, you know, from being a rapper that could actually come out and interest the people, you know, a rapper that could actually come out and interest the people based on his music, to being a rapper that's more commonly known to actually beef, you know, or be known for, you know, crazy antics that get published on the internet, like some of the shit that happens with these people that go out to Hollywood, and then they, you know, all the Hollywood cameras are just filming them, and when they're doing the craziest shit, you know what I mean? Whether they got shit all up in their nose, or if they're stumbling over drunk, or, you know what I mean, or if they're making funny faces, you know, or you know, any type of situation like this. 6ix9ine is a train wreck. Yeah, that guy's just basically an idiot. He's basically an idiot. You know, every time he goes to another location, somebody's looking at him and pointing and laughing, whether they're filming him and trying to make a spectacle or just pointing and laughing, either or. They're like, But also, he's got a shitload of money right now. What can you say? Okay, here, let me see you out, bro. Have a good night, because you're out of here. And double 11. What the hell? Alien says, yeah, it's like watching a car crash. Shout out to Rich the Kid for trying to help. Yeah, you know, Rich the Kid did step up, and I do acknowledge Rich the Kid for that, you know, because that's one of the first guys that actually came into the game with famous DEX, Rich the Kid. You know, Rich the Kid actually was one of the guys who came into the game with famous DEX. So for him to actually show up at his most vulnerable time, or not even his most vulnerable time, when he's actually getting to the point where he's just getting in too bad of a position for the public to see, and being like, all right, you got to stop now. You know what I mean? You're taken to this point. This is the point where it's getting too far. I respect Rich the Kid for doing that. Well, paparazzi says it's wild out here. I feel if he says he didn't get robbed, it's possible. What do you mean? He's saying that he did get robbed. Last says, what exactly did Montana say? I only saw what REESE said. Montana actually responded to a fan's comment. Montana actually responded to a fan's comment on Twitter. You know, Little Reese actually responded to a comment on the fan's Twitter. You know, Little Reese has been kind of outspoken lately. He said, yeah, F him. Like, somebody actually commented and said that the original version of I Don't Like without Kanye West was actually better. And then Little Reese said, yeah, F him, but I still get paid off of it, so I'm not mad. Because at a certain point in time, Kanye West had come and taken the record, placed it on his album, made a remix of it, put a bunch of the best MCs in hip hop on it, and Little Reese was left off of that from, let me see. Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure that's what this whole static. Okay, there it is right there. Yeah, okay, so yeah, Chief Keef, I Don't Like remix, featuring Kanye West, Pusha T, Jadakiss, and Big Sean. Now, Little Reese says, I'm not mad. He said, F him, but I'm not mad. I still get paid off of it. You know, Little Reese is still going to be credited for probably helping with the hook, helping with the writing of the song. Facts. Let him know, man. Pen a letter to the president. Well, Tyson, Tyson, he's gotten help. He went and got help. He went to rehab. He went to rehab, man. Like, I don't know if you guys missed that whole thing, but Famous Dex actually went to rehab for a number of months. Nice haircut, Mikey T. James, I appreciate that compliment. You know, Reese is kind of just being outspoken on Twitter. Like, he's been going at a number of people on Twitter, and he's like, yeah, F Kanye West. F Kanye West, but I'm not mad at him because I'm still getting money off of the record. In reality, Kanye West coming and remixing that record and putting it out to a bigger audience is exactly what they needed. But like I said, the names here, Chief Keef, Kanye West, Pusha T, Jadakiss, Big Sean. Why couldn't they have one more name? There's no other Lils on there. Why couldn't they have Little Reese on there? Why? Why would they do that, Mikey T? What would be the point of putting Little Reese on there, as you ask? Because it gives his name more recognition. It gives his name more value of recognition to where you see it there on a track with Kanye West. That's what helps people in the long run. That's why well, Kenneth, you don't sound like shit because you don't got a platform to say anything, Kenneth. All you got is a platform is to come on here and comment. Reese needs a headline again. Reese has been getting headlines. Rod, Reese has been getting headlines all month. Like, I don't think he needs another one, to be honest with you, but he's just saying things. He's saying whatever the hell he wants to say, and the media is grabbing it. Nah, D Money. Reese did not get punked by 6ix9ine on IG Live. You probably missed the real IG Live. Rosewood keeping it real here. He's saying you don't want to hear a little Reese after you hear a Jada Kiss in regard to the remix of I Don't Like that had Jada, Pusha T, Big Sean, Kanye West. Yep. Yep. But you got to look at my fact. You got to look at my fact of the matter, in that if Little Reese had been featured on that record, it would have given him some more name value. Yo, N11, it's all right, man. It's all right, man. I wasn't trying to ignore your question either, man. You know, sometimes I just like to stay on topic and shit, dude. Salute to you for tuning in, though, bro. I agree with you, D Money. You know, I agree with you. I just wanted to make sure that the people in here know that Famous Dex actually did try to go get some help. You know what I mean? Famous Dex made the, you know, he made the choice to go to rehab. You know what I mean? Whether it was his friends and family coming to him to help him make that choice, he made the choice. He went there for 30 days or so. Maybe it was a little longer, maybe a little shorter. Not 100% on that, but he actually made the effort, and I just want to make sure everybody knew that. Should he have stayed longer? Probably. When you have a dependency, you really want to kick it. You know what I mean? Unless it's some weed. You know what I mean? If you got a dependency on weed, you pretty much just want to go roll up a bigger blunt. Yeah, Rosewood, that's what I was saying. You know, 22G's doesn't really need another headline. He's been getting headlines all month. You know, he's been, every time he said something on Instagram in regard to another rapper, he gets a headline. What up, Gary Smith? UK tapping in. What's popping? Appreciate you for tapping in for real. T says that Famous Dex robbed himself. Now, you see, that could be another speculation, but I don't see the point in it. Like, I don't see the point in it of him, you know, doing a stealing of a watch and then saying it was fake. I'm pretty sure Famous Dex still has some bread to where he doesn't need to do a stupid scheme like that. Rosewood said that Reese would have a bigger buzz if they put him on that remix. You are right, Mikey T. Yeah, you know, it would have just given his name a lot more credibility in the long run. To the, like, people never going to forget Chief Keef's name, but they kind of wonder who Little Reese is in a certain regard. You know what I mean? And major salute to the UK. I agree with you there as well. 22Gs needs to rap and stop playing social media games. Sometimes these rappers, like, they hop a little bit too quick. You know what I mean? Like, I think 22Gs was doing. I don't think he needed to do all that, because he was just about to line back up with Kodak Black. As you see, Kodak Black and 22Gs just linked back up. So I don't really think he needed to any attention grabbing headlines. I think he needed to, like you said, focus on the music. Tyson says that he stayed in for 28 days. That's not enough for the kid. I do agree with you. That's not enough. But you gotta realize, sometimes I've never been to rehab, you guys, but I could imagine that, seeing movies, I could imagine that when you're in a rehab, you want nothing more than to get back to your life, your daily routine, your job, making money. You know what I mean? Some people live by their job. You know what I'm saying? And now just put yourself in the position of a celebrity in rehab who could make thousands of dollars every day, and now you're in a rehab, and sometimes you're able to check your social media, and you're seeing all this shit in your social media feed that you could be doing, and you're missing out on it. You know what I mean? Now you just want to leave. You know what I mean? And he checked himself out, or you check yourself out, however it went. Yeah, me neither, Roadwood. I don't think that Dex has to scheme for a watch. I just think he kind of got caught up in the wrong situation. You know what I mean? I can't really call it at this point. Rod says, where the Reese fans at now after they found out he ain't the Grim Reaper? What are you talking about, Rod? What are you talking about, man? Theo says he wouldn't have made the song better. First of all, Theo, nobody was saying that he would have made the song better. I don't think I said that. I want to point that out. But he was taken off because he wasn't good enough. Um, I only said that Little Reese being on the record would have created a lot more name value and a lot more name recognition to the general public of America. But yeah, sometimes some of the statements I say they're not popular. I just try to, I just try to go with, you know what I mean? Let's say if I don't like was Chief Keef featuring Mikey T, the movie star. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Chief Keef featuring Mikey T, the movie star. Kanye West comes, he's like, yo, Chief Keef, I love this I don't like record. I actually want to do a remix of it, put the shit on my project. And he's like, I want to put Big Sean. I want to put Jada. I want to put Pusha T on it as well. I want to put all them rappers on it, man. But what about Mikey T, the movie star? His name is a little bit too long. His rap cadence isn't as strong as Jada, Pusha T's, yours or mine. Obviously, Chief Keef had to stay on the record, even though we all know Chief Keef's vocabulary and the strength of his bars isn't as strong as Big Sean or Pusha or Jadakiss. You know what I mean? But he had to stay on the record because he's the most recognizable voice from the record. Nobody knows Mikey T's voice from the record. Nobody really knows it. He sort of came on and he did a little 12-bar verse and nobody really cared, but he actually wrote the song. Then he can keep some of the money. I'm just putting it in perspective like that, you guys. Kaimoni Davis says, where part of Philly you from, Mikey T? I'm actually from Connecticut. D Money says Mikey T got better bars than most of these Chicago rappers. Damn right. Yo, D Money, chill out. Yeah, Chief Keef had to be on the record. You know what I mean? He had to be. All right, guys. All right, guys. I'm gonna put you both in a timeout. I'm gonna put you both in a timeout now, Kenneth and D Money. Both y'all are catching a timeout. Sorry, guys. Y'all talking crazy. Paparazzi says, I still feel that Reese has a good name in the trenches. Yeah, no, Reese is definitely good. Like I said it, before what happened to Reese's voice, before the pandemic, little Reese could go out there and get a show every week. He could go get a feature every week, film a music video with an artist every single week, making bread. Like Reese was definitely still good on that. Yo, Russell Bromley was popping. Appreciate you for tapping in tonight. The burner in the building. The burner in the building. What's up, man? He says, Mikey T, your boy on the check-in. Appreciate you for tapping in tonight. Yo. What RJ Payne on the remix you talking about, bro? Tell me what song you was talking about. Last V says, yo, Mikey, you good in NYC. Whenever you come out, brother, we here. Salute to you, man. I love NYC. Definitely be out there this summer. What borough you in, bro? Chemo Save, what's popping? Yo, if anybody wants to support the channel, you guys, if anybody wants to donate to the channel, the best way to donate to the channel is on Cash App. So if anybody out there wants to do more than just like and comment the video to show your support, if you guys want to see more videos like this, hit that Cash App Mikey T movie. Yeah, chemo. They're saying that he got took for a grip as well. So you got to realize famous Dex probably had a couple $1,000s on him. You know what I mean? He probably had 3, 4,000, maybe two at the very least. So he got taken for some money as well. So that sucks. But also the big thing is the $50,000 watch. You know what I mean? The big thing is the $50,000 watch that he might have to pay somebody back for at this point in time, you guys. For I think if he's an upstanding guy, he'll pay his homie back, unless his homie has some, you know what I mean, insurance on the shit. Yo, appreciate that, burner. All right. Last V says Harlem. Rosewood, salute to you, brother. Sending that Cash App now. Definitely appreciate that. If anybody wants to support the channel, if you guys want to see if anybody wants to support the channel, you know what I mean, hit that Cash App. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, man? Famous Dex didn't say nothing like that, my dude. Go get your own YouTube channel, man. Some people be trying to report inaccurate shit on my chat. It's lame as hell, y'all. Toronto, stand up. Toronto, major salute. 10 million in the building. When's AR Rab coming home? We will have an exclusive update on AR Rab on live tomorrow night, you guys. Exclusive update on AR Rab tomorrow night on live. I want everybody in here that wants to show some love to the channel. I want everybody in here to show some love to the channel. Hit that Cash App. Yo, congratulations, DeBurna. You happy? Now you got me like, oh, did famous Dex say that it didn't happen? Did famous, now you got me searching and killing dead air. Yo, dude, don't come in here and try to flip the whole topic of the conversation in the chat, man. Like, dude, don't do that. I will never shout you out again on video, yo. Like I try to interact with all the people in here, yo. And like, yo, I hate when people come on here and say some dumbass shit like Tiger Woods died. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? Should be weird as hell when people be doing that, man. It's like, I guess that's the internet. I guess that's the internet. Thirsty, exactly. Thirsty. Yo, I don't think they came in yet, Kamani. Right? That's lame. Acting crazy in the comments just to get like a little attention. Chemo says, not trying to hate on famous Deck, but the crazy part is how and why he got took for his stuff, Mikey T. Much respect, Mikey T. You know, he got caught in a position where, you know, he had no way out. You know what I mean? It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple what happened to him. You know, he basically said what happened right after getting the watch. He pretty much was followed. It was a bad situation. It was a bad joint for him. But I'm going to end the video, guys. This was a short one tonight. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Definitely appreciate everybody for tapping in tonight. Right. Appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. Salute to everybody in the building.